My motivation to do this is that the easiest way for me to learn is to teach. So I'm basically just doing this as a way of learning. So this second article is what is an array and creating an array. As we remember from video 1, an array is sort of like that DVD box when you're moving, right? You have a ton of DVDs that you want to move from your old house to your new house. Instead of bringing them in with your hands, you want to put them in a box. And that box, conceptually, you can think of as an array in software engineering. Okay, so an array is a collection of items, like our DVDs. This could be these items or anything. Items are stored in neighboring contiguous memory locations. Now, this is a bit technical, but don't worry about it. If you understand neighboring, then you should be good to go. An array, the items in an array are stored in with a neighboring concept. Because they're stored together, checking through the entire collection of items, straightforward. Okay. Okay. So creating an array. So how would I create this concept of a DVD box inside of a computer, right? And this is how you do it. Arrays can hold up to n items. So like n DVDs, 100 DVDs, 1,000 DVDs, 1,000,000 DVDs, right? The value of n is decided by you, the programmer, at the time you create the array. Now this is true in Java, but in JavaScript, which is the language that I'm going to be using, that's not necessarily the case. Okay, so here's an example of how to create a DVD in Java. Now, when I first started, I was intimidated. What are we talking about? All we were going to build was a simple DVD box. Why is there 20 lines of code to build a simple DVD box? There's not a really good answer to that, but I guess it's better to explain things explicitly in the beginning and then wrap up towards the end. And I think this is the case here. So as we can see, this is how you instantiate a DVD. You have this variable called DVD collection, and it's instantiated with 15, the length of 15 DVDs in that DVD collection. And this is just a simple definition of a DVD. So after running the code above, we have a DVD collection with 15 places in it, and then we created a class DVD that we can store a DVD inside the DVD collection. So then they go up about talking about the length of the DVD collection. It only has 15. If we get to the 16th one, this DVD collection is full, and you're going to have to create another DVD collection, another box. So yeah. And the reason why can't we just hold 1,000,000 DVDs and instantiate it? It's because the memory inside of your computer is limited. Same way as let's say you're moving and the moving van has only limited space. You can't say, let me fit 100,000 DVDs here. You'd have to take a couple of trips back and forth. So, to kind of recap this entire article, what you want to basically take out of it is basically this line here, line 2, is pretty important if you're learning Java. That's basically saying, set this variable DVD collection and make it a box of 15 DVDs maximum. My opinion, I don't necessarily think this was the best way to explain what an array is to a beginner. Since I know what arrays are, I use them almost daily at my work. This is extremely straightforward to me, and it's very easy for me to understand what it is. But if I were to explain this to somebody completely new, I would just basically say, okay, think about the box. the container box of the DVD collection, and that container box, you need to get it from somewhere. You can't just magically like snap your fingers and all of a sudden that container box is there. You either gotta, go to Home Depot and grab it, or you gotta grab it from someone of your friends that has spare boxes or something like that. So creating an array is basically like that. It's just basically getting your boxes and setting them to like a set number of length. So if you can understand that concept, don't worry about all of these nuances about like the DVD collection and this code and I don't know, like these lengths and whatnot. Just remember, it's just how you get that box to store your DVDs in, and this number is basically how many DVDs can fit into it. So how big is your box? Also, the last thing is that know that your computer's memory is limited. Therefore, you have to be kind of smart of how to set the size. And that is it.